So unfortunately, guys, we ended up having a mic issue here. So in the beginning here, there won't be much audio. But basically, I went ahead and gave you guys a once around walk around of the car. And pretty much right away, as soon as this car came off the trailer, we noticed it had an issue. As you guys will see here, there's that wet spot there on the concrete. The car is actually actively leaking power steering fluid, so we're going to go ahead and get it in the shop and get it checked out. One of the main reasons I bought this car when I seen it come up to auction was this car is actually VIN number 18, so this is the 18th Viper off the line in 2006, and I thought that was super cool. Here I'm trying to show you guys this upper main pressure line for the power steering pump is actually leaking right there. We went ahead and confirmed it was tight and it still continued to leak, so we knew obviously there was going to be some sort of issue with the line itself or the fitting. Next up, we get the car raised up in the air and we do our normal underbody inspection, as you guys see us do on most of our vehicles we bring in. A couple things cool noted here underneath the Viper is actually at the lift points, the car actually has these little triangle wedges welded on at each corner, so that way you can put the lift arms there and it won't damage anything. It's crazy to see how wide of a rear tire these cars have, and it's also nice to see that it has a carbon rear diffuser. Overall though, we were happy with everything we saw underneath, no big surprises or anything like that. Again, this car was bought in pretty well shaped. There wasn't supposed to be any major issues or anything like that, and again, we didn't see nothing. We decided to go ahead and do a full fluid change. It's always something I like to do on any new car we get in, is just go through, do a tranny service, rear end service, oil change, all that normal stuff, just because you're not always aware of what someone may have done or may have not done yet to the car, or how long it's been since it's been done, especially with something like this being a 2006. It may have not been done in a real long time, and it's always best to have fresh fluids in the car. Being a Viper, of course, it has a lot of underbody trays that are aerodynamic and help the car at high speeds, but unfortunately that means all that has to come off just for us to get in there to be able to do service and change all the fluids. While we had the nice aluminum under tray on, we went ahead and off the car, we went ahead and got it all soaked down with degreaser and then went ahead and pressure washed the whole thing. Since we already had the under tray off, we went ahead and soaked the whole thing down with degreaser to break up all that old dirt and grime that's on there. As you guys see, we'll use a drill brush, kind of break it all up, and then we'll pressure wash it off just to make sure it's nice and clean. Cleaned up pretty nice now. We got all the grease off both sides, so should be ready for install once we get the fluids changed. So today we're going with the 1550 to fill the car back up with. Did a lot of research on the forums and stuff like that for the Vipers, and factor I believe was like a 040 weight, but most people recommend going with the 1550 just for hotter weather driving and more spirited driving, which is normally what this vehicle is going to see. It's not really going to be daily driven or anything like that. So we're going to be filling it up with the Mobil 1 1550. Go ahead and get the filter installed now. So on most vehicles, especially if it's a straight up and down oil filter, it's good to always fill these up. It kind of prevents the amount of time that the engine is run without any oil in it, because it always takes a little bit for it to fill the filter up once you start cranking the motor. So it's always good to pre-fill these before installing. That don't seem like ATF.
No, seems like pure oil.
Yeah. So that's an obvious sign this has been changed before, because factory would have been an ATF plus 4. Most people again recommend going with a gear oil in these now. Just a little bit thicker oil and kind of helps with all the use that the tranny usually sees. And as we can see by the color of the fluid and the viscosity of it, it is definitely gear oil. It's not ATF, so someone's changed this before. For the transmission, we're going to be putting this royal purple 7590 weight in there. This already comes with some friction modifier additive, which will help with the synchros and also helps if you have a limited slip differential. Online called for about 4 quarts. I don't think it should take that much, but we'll see. Next, you guys will see us use our drill-powered fluid pump. It's a lot easier doing it this way than the old-fashioned way of trying to squeeze the bottle up in the area with a hose or anything else like that. So I highly recommend anyone that does this kind of work definitely buy one of those. So as we're pumping here, I asked my dad to go ahead and grab the next quart for us just to make it a little bit streamlined and faster. Unfortunately, this ends up being a mistake. As you guys can see, all this area is like full of grease and filth. So I was just thinking the plug hung out that far and it has this little tag that says limited slip only, but it got real tight and didn't want to come out. Well, if you look here, there's a bunch of material and the threads are all messed up, so someone cross-threaded this at some point. So we're going to see if we can clean up the threads some and hopefully find a new fill bolt. So he's going to start refilling the diff now. I'm going to start trying to locate a new fill plug so we can get this plug back off. Hopefully somebody will have something that'll work. The threads in the rear end look pretty good, but the plug itself is just messed up. Got a concern here. What? I have 2 7590s and not a 140. I mean, yes, that someone grabbed a 7140 and gave us the fill of the tranny with.
They're all laying on the ground. You put all 3 of them, 4 of them on the ground. Don't blame on me. I didn't touch nothing from the.
Yeah, the ones on the ground were.
The ones on the ground were the
diff.
For the diff.
The 2 on the ground were diff. Those 2 were tranny. $200 worth of fluid. Give me one job. I knew. Giving you
Dude,
one.
it's on the ground.
Yeah.
That's what I'm picking up. Where I'm
We
picking
said
up.
2 for the diff on the ground.
Okay.
And the rest for the transmission was right here. Both of these are transmission weight. So that means the 4 that are in the tranny are.
I don't know. I just grabbed it. I thought you put it down nearby.
That's $200 in the trash.
It won't hurt. Add it to the tranny. It won't hurt. Just get the one for the rear end, right?
That's what you'd be worried about, a train.
Yeah. How many one I grabbed anyways? 2?
I think you grabbed the 2 for the rear end on the
For
ground.
the rear end. Oh, we put it in the tranny. Oh my. So now we gotta drain it all again?
So as you can see, we're back here messing with the transmission even though we filled it. Not sure if you guys caught it, but when we were filling the transmission the other day, we had my dad handing us over some of the oil, and we have 7590 for the tranny and 75-140 for the diff. Somehow he made a mistake and grabbed 2 of the 75-140s. So that means we have the wrong transmission fluid in it now. So we're going to go ahead and drain all this fluid back out, refill it with the correct 7590, and then we'll move on to the diff. While that's draining, went ahead and, I don't know how well you guys can see on camera. So here's the original fill plug out of the diff we took out the other day, and it ended up, someone somehow cross-threaded this at some point. We called around a lot of dealers, really couldn't find much. Seems like most of the stuff for the Viper's discontinued. Didn't end up finding a plug, but this is the part number here. But it's a little different, but it appears that it'll work, so we'll go ahead and try that. So here's the new plug that we got in from the dealer. As you guys can see, the previous one has this top on it. Threads look pretty much similar. The new one does have a magnet in it. According to the dealer, this is the correct part number for it. Again, most of the Viper stuff seems to be discontinued, but this is what they said to use for it, so we'll go ahead and get that put back in the fill hole on the diff after we finish filling it up. Yeah, as you guys can see, that nice brand new purple oil we're draining because someone...
It's pretty clean. Why are you changing it?
Yeah. Someone didn't know how to make sure we got the right weight.
Yeah. Don't forget and put it in the rear end.
Gonna grab that one, same it's open on the floor. Put the one for the rear end in the back.
You guys need my help or no?
No, we're good. I don't want to mess up the fluid again.
It's okay. It's only $200 every time. You'll be alright.
So here's the 1550, same stuff put down there in the oil filter. Online says it takes about 10 quarts, but then they said give or take a quart, depending with the fill once you start it. So we're gonna go ahead and put 10 quarts in there, and then we'll start it and check what the level's at. So it's about there on oil, and there's about full, so it's about a quart short. And I just wanted to show you guys this oil dipstick. Has a little Viper head on it. I'm not sure if this is factory or aftermarket, but it's pretty cool. So it looks like we're about a quart short, so that would bring it total to 11. Go ahead and put that last quart in there now, and it should be all good to go.
Yep.
Alright, so it's all full on oil now. Just recheck the level, it's all good. Issue that I mentioned earlier with the power steering leaking. I have a fitting on order for it. Apparently this line is discontinued from Dodge now and no longer make it. But I guess from what I'm seeing on the forums, it's a little common for the fitting to go bad. So I went ahead and ordered that, but we won't see it till early next week. But again, it should be good enough to drive for the time being, so we'll go ahead and take it out on a test drive and just kind of check everything else out. So unfortunately, we are waiting on one more part. The power steering line is leaking. We went ahead and called the dealer and everything, and unfortunately, they're discontinued for the car. They really don't make anything else. There are some aftermarket options online, but they're not really pre-bent lines. They're just like generic lines. So the other option I seen was, apparently there's a common issue on some of the Rams and stuff like that. They have a one-time use like fitting that pushes over the line that has seals in it, and I guess those fittings go bad. So we have to take the line off, cut the old fitting off, and then press the new one on. I do have one on order. It is coming in, so we'll wait for that to come in, and then we'll try and see if that takes care of the power steering issue. But for now, we're going to go ahead and pull it out and take it on a quick test drive. Alright, so as you guys can see, we're working on the Viper again. So this is a fitting here. You guys can kind of see we've already started to cut it. Here's the new one. Down inside it actually has an O-ring in there. And apparently my understanding is that they're like a one-time thing. Once you press them over the line, the seal in there will seal, and that's it. The only way to get them off is to cut them off. I guess they used a similar design on the Ram trucks, and sometimes the seals in there go bad. So since this line is discontinued from Dodge, we're going to go ahead and try to replace the fitting since that's where it's leaking. See if that takes care of our issue. Split open. There you go. Oh, there, it's split open. So we did get a couple scratches from cutting the pipe in it, but we're gonna go ahead and just clean up the rough edges with some sandpaper and then go ahead and put the new fitting on. It should be all right. Didn't look like it touched anywhere that the seal goes. It's after the seal, so it should be fine. So we finally got the new fitting on here. Everything said that it just kind of slides over and the clip will clip in. It would not slide over no matter what we did. Ended up using a vice grip to hold it back here and then beating it with a brass hammer, and that ended up getting the clip to seat. So we'll go ahead and thread that into the pump now and see if that fixed our leaking issue. So here it is, car's running now. It's been running for a little bit. And it's still dry down there. It used to leak right around the pipe going into the fitting. Now it's completely dry. So we'll continue to run it for a little bit. Just keep topping off the fluid so it all gets all the air out of the system. So I was trying to do a nice big burnout, but unfortunately they got really sticky radials in the back there, so it just keeps hooking up. It's a pretty hot day out and the asphalt's nice and warm. As soon as it starts to spin, it just warms up and hooks. So unfortunately I won't be able to do a big burnout, but if anyone's interested in this car, it will be for sale up on our website. You can reach out to us on there or through our email. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Here's one of the sweet cars we got to work on this week. This is a customer car. He does a little bit of street racing. And then we also got a chance to take our GTRs over to the local car show. It's great seeing everybody. I love seeing all the reactions when we pull in these cars. And we even ran into Brent from WD Detailing. It was great to see him again. You guys got to check out his awesome R8. He had it wrapped this insane color.